this knowledge just right there at the beginning of this astral projection as to what this life means. And it was a life-changing experience for me. I remember every detail of that, even though it happened in 1982. If it was a dream, I don't remember hardly any of my dreams. But this dream, I have remembered all the way back to 1983, and it's been a life-changing experience for me.
Well, a lot of things like you're saying right here, it has. I don't know. It. I had a lady on about 8 months ago. She was having surgery, and she died. I mean, she was dead. And I guess she was dead for 8 to 10, 13 minutes. I can't remember exactly. But she, left her body. She was up by the ceiling, I guess, looking down at her body. First, she didn't recognize herself. Then she realized, that's me. And then she heard the music in the background. I guess the doctors were playing, a music, right? And then she remembered part of the conversation. So, when all of a sudden, I guess they didn't revive her, she just came back. And then they did whatever they did to save her. But afterwards, she, told the doctors, I remember you playing such and such song. I remember you were talking about, this, and you were talking about this, and the other person was talking about this, and she described everything. And that just right there tells me that she left her body, and for some reason, maybe it wasn't time for her to go. She came back, and she saw all what was transpiring. And in fact, I think she even said she was told she had to go back. It wasn't her time to die. I remember that. Yeah. So, I mean, it tells me that, that there's another level of life of some sort after we go on. I just find it very hard that when we die, that's it. It's gone. I think there's other, planes we go to. Like you mentioned, like there's different levels of heaven. There's probably equal amount of different levels of hell, depending what sins and what you did bad in your life, what level you went into. And maybe you have to work up to the next level. Be in heaven, you have to work out some of your problems you had to get up to the next level, to work up to the next level, and finally get up to whatever level it is. Maybe it's the same way in hell. You start out one level, either you go deeper into hell or you go into not so bad hell.
I was told it's all based on knowledge. They teach you things. They teach you science and math and whatever else. And as you learn that stuff, and as you learn how to behave, I guess, you can move out of hell. I was told that people in hell can better themselves. I don't know how far they can go on the heaven side of things, but I know they can better themselves. Never once was I asked what religion I belonged to or what church I went to. Not once. They were more interested in knowledge and education and how you treated your fellow man and stuff like that, how you treated your family. And, it's not a mistake that we're put in families here. The whole organization of this planet is basically family-oriented, and it's for a purpose. And if you treat your family bad, then basically you're going against God's plan or the plan of the universe. But anyway, I was never asked anything about religion or anything of that. It was all based on knowledge and stuff. But there are different levels on both sides, heaven and hell. I was told that hell has brimstone and fire and you're going to burn forever and ever. And all that basically is a misconception or a lie, because there's no fire down there or wherever they're at, but there is. They're probably burning, and it feels like fire being there because of all the negative stuff.
Well, one of my guests said that like hell is like reliving all the bad things you did, like on a loop over and over and over again until you accept what you've done wrong, and then you can move into a different, plane in hell. So I don't know. I don't want to find out. Okay, that part I don't. I want to find out the good part, the heaven part.
Well, I was also told, too, if you're having an addiction, like to cigarettes or something like that, you carry that addiction along with you. Just because you die is not going to change your habits. You are you because of your spirit, not because of your body. So when you die with an addiction to drugs or alcohol or whatever it is, you're still going to have that addiction. The only thing is, on the other side, you're not going to be able to satisfy that addiction. You're not going to be able to smoke a cigarette. You're not going to be able to take that drink or whatever. Of course, you're going to be able to get rid of that addiction in time, but it's going to take longer for you on the other side than it would be if you tackled it here. Why, I don't know. But if you have some addiction here, it would be best to get over it right now and get away from it.
Well, it's better for your health, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of people die because of their addictions, and you wouldn't want to carry that with you to the other side. Being a medium, I deal with spirits. And my first book, Through the Veil and Back, it's what you do. You go through like a veil, like substance or something. It's there. But I've noticed over the years the veil's getting thinner and it's getting closer. I don't know what that means. I don't know whether it means that there's the earth is coming to an end or what. In the beginning, I told you that everything has a spirit, even the earth. The earth itself is a living organism. It was created that way. It also has a lifespan. And when that lifespan is up in this physical world, it's going to die also. Now, when it dies, I know that when it dies, the veil's gone. There won't be any more veil. So whatever was on the other side of that veil is going to be open to us at that time. I don't know whether the veil's getting thinner and closer because the earth is coming close to its end or what. I don't want to get everybody worried about that.
But I'm going to say this right now. I don't know if the earth is going to come to it, and I think it's going to go through a cleansing cycle. Like the Sphinx. Okay, they recently discovered the backside of the Sphinx shows that it was under water, like under the ocean.
Yeah,
that puts it before mankind. Okay, before us men were walking the earth, so that tells us something was here before that. So, the Earth has probably gone through a few ice, going for ice ages several times. We're very close of having a magnetic flip. First it was inches and then feet. Now it's moving miles a year. And if it does a polar flip, one scientist say it's going to be huge windstorms coming through. It'll tear everything and cleanse the earth that way. Other scientists say, well, we don't know what it's going to do because they don't know what it's going to do. Yeah. But I think, earth changes are going on right now. I think maybe I'm too old to see it, maybe my older kids won't see it, but I'm sure their kids are going to reap the non-benefit of what we've done to this planet. Yes, the planet is doing it on its own, but I think we speeded it up drastically. Yeah, drastically.
Well, I kind of misspoke there, or didn't qualify. What I meant is the physical life of the Earth is going to end. The Earth itself is going to last forever, just like our spirit. See, Earth's spirit's going to last forever also, and there'll be dwellers on that spirit Earth, just like there will be our spirits dwell in other places also. So Earth will probably be one of those levels that will be inhabited, like when you die or whatever. But anyway, I didn't mean to scare anybody.
No, that's why I kind of it changed it just a little bit. But, if anything does happen, I hate to say it, I think we're all going to have to take responsibility for it. But I do think, I think the Earth is, one a day is going to die. I mean, let's face it, how much oil do we pump out of this planet? And then, they pump out oil, right? And then they put water back in its place, right? Well, then all of a sudden, 20 years later, that great big sinkholes start developing for miles and miles. Really? And, then they come back. We don't know why it's doing that. You're killing the planet. You're killing the planet. You're killing it.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things we're going to have to pay for also. But have you ever heard of the expression old soul or old spirit? Like you'll say, boy, that kid's got an old soul or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That is because in one of my books, in one of the chapters, I talk about that. Spirits have ages just like people do. But spirits can alter their appearance where they can look younger than what they are. In the spirit world, like I said, we're family-oriented or based in a family unit. And these people that we call old souls, their spirit has stayed in the spirit world longer to train and help our families, the spirits of our families, to come to this earth. There is a pre-existence, so they come to this earth, and anyway, in time, these old spirits can come to earth also to receive their bodies, and we call them old souls. You can pick them out. These old souls now have a love and respect for the world, for the earth. They know how to have fun, but at the same time, they don't like it when the earth is becoming dirty. Most of the old soul people, they're into animal shelters and stuff like that, trying to save the animals. They also are in just doing things for the earth and stuff. But first time I'm an old soul. My wife is an old soul. We know how to live. We just we do it more carefully than a lot of people do, I guess, because we know what we have is special. The earth is special. Our bodies are special. So we tend to take care of them. First time I saw one of my grandkids, he's an old soul. And when I saw him, he presented himself to me. I saw his face as an old man. But he was doing karate chops and kicks on this plant. He was maybe about 8 years old at the time. And I thought it was pretty funny. But he is an old soul. I could see him as an old man. That's the way I saw him. And I told his family, which is my wife's son, and uh, daughter-in-law that their son is an old soul, but